You have decided that you didn't want to ejaculate outside of your marriage.
Yeah.
However, that was not a joint decision, one.
Mm-hmm.
Two, that does not make her responsible for your pleasure.
Right.
If you having a hard time with the commitment that you decided to make before you met this person, when you signed up for this experience, it's not her responsibility, brother. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about season 20 of Married at First Sight. We are discussing episodes 10, 11, and 12. Definitely thought this was the finale week, but it's not, as we see it. It don't look like next week is either.
It's very deceptive.
Yeah. Shit. All right. Anywho, I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. I was about to say, like, damn, we in the marriage. This thing long as fuck. But anywho, before we get into this episode, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, and hype us up. Hype us up. Hype us up. We love a little hype, okay? And be in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Like, it's interesting. Somebody was just talking about how they were like, oh, I thought you was going to be on Mecca's neck because you was all on Casey's neck. But I'm like, Mecca ain't disrespectful, okay? That's where I draw the line, okay?
Yeah.
But let's start
That's
off. We could talk about
baggage,
Mecca and them
but
first. Let's talk about
yeah.
Nikki and Sean. Get them out the way, okay?
Yeah, Nikki and Sean. Now, Sean, I was like, boy, you definitely said it. You didn't say
Yes,
duty as a wife, but you did say role as a wife, something to that effect.
He didn't
like
say
she said.
wife. He didn't say wifely duties. He said duties as a wife. That's actually what he said.
And I'm like, you have decided that you didn't want to ejaculate outside of your marriage or within your union with your wife.
Yeah.
However, that was not a joint decision, one.
Mm-hmm.
Two, that does not make her responsible for your pleasure.
Right.
If you having a hard time with the commitment that you decided to make before you met this person, when you signed up for this experience, it's not her responsibility, brother. Like, when at least she said, I mean, maybe solo, go do it.
Yeah.
If you felt like you were trying to honor her in your decision,
Yeah.
she's saying, hey, I'm okay with you ejaculating or jacking off or doing whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, because it's not going to speed up what's going on over here. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, bruh, you like, that's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is absolutely life. Like, when you date a woman, it's like, don't flip your brain to be like, oh, I'm entitled to her body now that because we're in this marriage for 30 days or whatever, however long it's been. If you were to be dating someone for this amount of time, you would understand that, hey, we can wait. And so it's in you to wait. Like, it's not like beyond your capacity to wait. Now, I understand that you would expect and want the person who you are married to have sex with you. But also, it's like, that's not, you over here trying to pigeonhole her into a corner about what's her wifely duties is not going to solve that problem. The problem is she's not into you.
Right. And I wish I was a fly on the wall when he watched this back and saw that he did say what she said he said. Because I don't like that whole like, oh no, you kind of crazy. You're not remembering right. I don't like that bullshit. I was in a relationship with a guy who would do that to me all the time. And I'm like, I have all my mental faculties. So you trying to tell me that I'm just imagining a whole nother reality of something, like, it's such gaslighter behavior on his part to sit there and not even self-reflect or think like, oh, did I say that? Or if what I said could have came off a certain way, because she kept saying, well, that's what I heard. And it's like, regardless, this is the impact of what you just said. And so just clear up whatever your quote unquote intentions are without trying to make it seem like she's crazy and hearing things all wrong, because the initial conversation happened when the cameras weren't present. It was a little mini cameras that you forget are recording you all the time, and so you was caught slipping. And now that the production team is here, you're like, whoa, hold up, this is not about to be a smear campaign. I already know what these words mean and how it's going to be portrayed when it's broadcasted on national television. And so he was trying to backtrack his shit. But I'm like, this is absolutely what the fuck you said, my brother.
And he was out here talking about something like, get over your stuff. What did he say? He said something like,
to humble her. I can't stand it, bro. Like, I was trying so hard after like the first and second drop a little bit to like somewhat be on, or just not even be on Sean's side, but just understand where he could be coming from in this experience, being with somebody who's not attracted to him. But I'm like, you got some issues. You got some issues, because he not only tried to humble her then, he also tried to humble her when it was Sean's apartment, Nikki's house. Okay?
Oh, right.
Say, you might be the bougiest in your group, but you ain't the most bougie over here. Like, it's a bougie competition.
Yeah.
When you walking up to her house is shoes and no socks. The fuck? Like,
I didn't even notice that.
I was so disgusted. Then he over there scraping his little feet across her carpet. I was disgusted, okay? I said, get the bunions off my carpet.
I know. I was thinking about that when she said this is like, she loves this. She got it. She said, yeah, she got that one actually from her travels. And so I was like, okay, this is a nice rug for her. You literally are just rubbing your little toe sweat on it.
With no damn socks on and them damn shoes, talking about you bougie. You're nasty. No. We've already seen the whole bath that you tried to take, and now I know you taking 2-hour drives in shoes with no motherfucking socks. Ugh.
Yeah.
They got the nerve like a little kid to be to try and feel with the carpet and feel like I was too through. I said, Nikki, get him out your house. He don't know how to keep a home, baby. Get him out.
I know. I need them to stop trying. Like, why are they still trying? And should we go through like what couple things happened? They went on a picnic date, had little conversations during there. After the picnic date, there was some straddling, more intimacy than we saw before. It was like a little butt grabbing, all that good stuff. They had some good stuff going on right there, but apparently not still sex, because after that came the conversation we were just talking about with the mutual masturbation. And then they went and visited each other's homes to this session. So we have a lot to kind of unpack as to what happened with them. But let's talk about the picnic date. When I was looking at it, I was kind of like, this is interesting, because that's my dream date. But you notice she planned it, right?
Yeah, she planned it.
And I was thinking in my mind, you know how sometimes as women, you want to do the cutesy thing. And it feels almost like with Sean, she's just like doing these cutesy things. But do y'all have anything that you really feel like, I mean, she seems like she's trying, but it's also kind of like, are you just trying to be here to do the cutesy things? But yeah, I don't know. Them picnics, they like $800 though. I looked into them.
Yeah, the picnics, they are up there in price, especially for somebody you're not attracted to. I know I wouldn't spend it on nobody I'm not attracted to, because we need to do the bare bones basics, okay? But
I think she wants that experience for her, you know.
Yeah, but also too, maybe it did do something for her, because after that she was seemingly, you know, on top of him, riding a little bit, doing a little straddle.
And he had his hands under her. Yeah, like on her butt, like grabbing ass. And they were kissing. Yes, yeah. So I was like, wow, like things got far.
Let's set him off, baby, because he said, look, things are growing, things are moving. But he does need to know doing all of that doesn't mean we're just ready to jump into sex.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, also though, she don't like him. Okay. Yeah. Like that is the problem. But she did say in one of these, I can't remember, I think it was right after the picnic date, she was like, when I first met him at the altar, I was like, hell no. She said that.
Yes. And she said, being honest, Nikki.
Right. But she's been honest throughout this whole process. But then she said that I am, as we've gotten to know each other more, I am seeing him as a whole person, and there's the attraction for him is growing. I don't want to misquote her, but she said something like that.
Yeah, she did say that about the whole, seeing him as a whole person, but it's like that whole person is still, part of that whole person is still somebody you are not attracted to. Yeah. And so it's difficult to see somebody as a whole without seeing their parts.
Girl,
there's many different psychological theories that would argue against that, and there are some that argue for that. But the philosophy that I take on is you can't know the whole without the parts. The parts are still there. You can't say, oh, this man wines and dines me, and ignore the fact that he's aggressive and might beat your ass. It's everything is there. Everything is important.
Yeah, and I guess so if the parts are deal breakers, as opposed to being annoying. So, like, I could see, because my mom talks about seeing the whole, but not on over deal breakers. Like, the whole includes those parts, like you're saying.
Correct.
But if they're just annoying, she always talks about, like, some things you're gonna have.
I would argue those are pieces, not parts. Just that's just a little piece,
Reese's pieces.
But
I know.
A slice of the pie. We're talking about a percentage here, okay?
What I was going to say is that we forgot to mention, though, that they had the little sexy time night, little foreplay thing, too. Add that to the list of the things that happened with them. And that was led by Sean. And he was
not sexy whatsoever.
I know. I was like, every time I'm watching them
on his knees,
girl, I cringe every time I'm watching them. And I was thinking to myself that I'm like, I've never had a guy do something like quote unquote romantic for me that made me get in the mood. And I'm just like, this is like the mood exists. You know what I'm saying? Like the mood just exists, and everything else can enhance it. Or like if you've been with somebody for a long time, maybe it can like give it a different flavor, but it ain't going to manufacture it. So I was like, because even after that, they took it off like, okay, back to regular clothes. And they sat there and talked.
Both of them.
But yeah.
Yeah. And also too, part of good sex isn't just it being so intense and passionate. It's also about the fun parts and being able to laugh at each other, being a little cheesy, which that moment could have been if sexual attraction was already there. Instead, it's just viewed as like, and of course, I don't know how Nikki viewed it, but Nikki wasn't sitting on top of his lap after that. So
that's right.
It's not giving that, but it's the attraction is not already there. So it's just kind of looked at, in my opinion, as a little cringy or like, oh, okay. All right. This is what you're doing. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not giving. It's not giving Big Zoddy.
Oh my God. Not at all. Not at all. And also back to the release conversation. I don't understand why he doesn't think in a marriage you're going to have to do that sometimes on your own too. Maybe some people have that as a vow to not do or something, maybe based on your religious upbringing, but you're still a regular person. Like I personally think that you would still do it at times when you need to do it.
Yes, there will be times in marriage where you're going to have to like do it yourself because you can't just rely on a human being to do all that for you. But also too, I do wonder, because he was just like, I just don't want to do that anymore. Is that something he struggled with in terms of constantly, I don't know, watching porn or needing to ejaculate or whatever? And so this is like a decision that he made or a commitment that he made because of his own fleshly desires and issues with it. I don't know, but it's giving relax.
Yeah, it made me think also back to his religion. You know, he said he was raised, I don't know, child, his dad was a preacher, I don't know. And so it gave me that. He also talked about being sexually stunted, like basically because of his upbringing. And So yeah, he might have a actual block around it, or he also maybe not trying to do all the porn stuff, all that good stuff, which is a valid goal. But I don't think you have to do. You can have self-pleasuring without corn, you know.
Yeah.
But anywho, anything else on them? He do have a book coming out. I don't know if y'all saw it. He got a new book.
Through the lens of love or something. Or love through the lens. Bruh. Something to that effect that he don't need. I literally wrote, and he got a book coming out after he talked about some wifely duties. Like, I know. Please.
And I also am like, if that ain't, you better just be talking about the frameworks that man told you, like parroting everything back that the experts said to him. Because what else are you talking about? Your own experience of what? Like, all of us fail at relationships. Your failure is not like anything better. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we want to get into Mecca and Beljalee?
Yeah, let's go into Mecca and Beljalee. I'm kind of still where I was in the last batch of episodes. I applauded him for speaking up to the group and speaking up to the expert to say, hey, you know, this made me a little uncomfortable. But I still think he needs to be held to the fire a little bit because he needs to understand the trauma is not your fault and it's not your responsibility, but healing from it is. And I love, just in contrast to with Felipe and Tori, Tori was like, these are his issues and he needs to carry them. I can't carry them for him. Yeah. And of course, you know, as a wife, you want to be supportive, but I'm like, Bella, you cannot carry these issues for Mecca. Mecca has to be able to work through them, and it has yet to be identified that this is a Mecca and a Mecca only issue, and Mecca needs to like sit down with these issues and sift through them. It's almost like when you have Bella to pour into you and to do all of these things to show you, yes, you can be loved, but it's like, if you truly don't believe that, I don't think it's fair to Bella and her experience, because she also deserves a fair and reciprocal love that she constantly has to convince Mecca to rise to the occasion or to like see it, you know? I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, but it's also what she's choosing, you know? I still like them. I'm sorry. Like, somebody was in the comments.
I don't dislike them. I don't dislike them at all. I think they could go the distance.
Yeah.
I just think he needs to take a little bit more autonomy in his healing process.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. I wrote, my very first note that I wrote about them is that I can see her rescuing him in real time. It's interesting to watch her and see her doing that. However, I think that I would not compare him to Felipe in sort of these issues that he has. They are for him, and I don't think Bella, that's their ship name, okay? I don't think Belle is taking the issues on as her own, but I think she's just supporting him and being his cheerleader. I do think she is rescuing him, like you said before, in situations where from the discomfort, but I don't think she's taking it on to be like, I am going to like work through those things for you. I think she is just being overly supportive, and she does not have to be. And if it was exhausting her, I would say like chill back, like somebody like Caitlyn. He said, yeah, but like Caitlyn, is that who's with Devin? Yes, Caitlyn. She's the type of person it is exhausting her to do that sort of thing, right? Yeah. But I think for Belle, it's just not that. It's not that big of a deal. You ever met like people that you're just like, oh my God, doesn't such and such get on your nerves? And they're like, no, not really. You know, because it's like it doesn't hit them the same that it would hit other people. And so I think that this reassuring is not hitting her the same. So I don't think it's exhausting her in the way that it would exhaust others. But I do feel like she does deserve to have someone pouring into her that way as well. So it is kind of like, I want to see him step it up for sure. I do want to also see him work through what is it. And I'm still a little bit unclear. They got to a little bit more. They were talking about his mom and things like that. And I was like, wow, that's an interesting insight of him saying that he was jealous of his friends who had mothers or mother figures or whatever. And so it's good insight, but there's so much more to still be done. So I think, we are in agreement that there's work to be done on his part. But I'm okay with them flowing and figuring it out, because I think a lot of times we're putting a lot of, I don't know, perfectionism standards on some folks. And I think the most important thing is, like, are y'all respecting each other, and are y'all flowing? Like, is there an actual natural vibe? And I feel like the two of them have that. And I think that if there's an intention to work through the bad stuff, then they can, like, you can see how it goes a little bit. And it's still very early,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's perfectionistic standards at all. I think it's his responsibility if he wants to be a good husband, and if he wants to experience.
I agree with that. But I guess I'm trying to say it's not, I'm saying that it's perfectionist standard in the sense of, like, everyone is, I guess, coming for him a little bit as if he's like Felipe or somebody. And I'm like, we can have a little patience with him. He's kind of young.
I don't think he's evil or bad or malicious or shit. Even I don't even think he's confused, to be quite honest. I think he is hurt.
Yeah.
And I think he is insecure, and sometimes no matter how much somebody is willing to be your cheerleader, it's still not necessarily like fair to them to have to do that, because even I guess they had some type of issue when they went out, and he immediately went into this bag of like, oh, I'm in trouble. I don't want to be in trouble. This is how it feels to be in trouble. There was no space for Bella to talk about what happened and how it impacted her, because she had to show up for him in that moment, right? And so it's like, because these uncomfortable situations are likely going to lead back to something connected to your trauma and the issues you have with confrontation, difficult conversations, big emotions. It's not fair. It's just simply not fair to Bella, point blank period, whether she's choosing it or not. I don't think it's fair. I think it is most definitely like on him, and he needs to figure out some way to, or it needs to be named to him in a way where he understands the seriousness of it. So I was okay with him getting shook, as the expert said, because I think he needed that. But even in the beginning of that conversation, Bella coming to the defense, it took him a while to come back around, and he was off by himself. It's like, girl, let him speak for himself. Let him process this. She was processing it with him and for him, and it's like, no, just let him speak about how he's feeling about it all. I don't think she needed to even come to his rescue or talk about how she felt in it. Like, I don't know, child. It's too much. It's too much.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, girl. I'm okay with it. I really am. I'm not trying to say that it could be that there's not room for growth, but they just give me like they are a young baby couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is the issues they got. Like they'll be all right. I think
they could be all right. Again, if Mecca boots to the ground and move forward. He got to move forward. He got to move forward, because he's sitting in it. And he had called it when he like reverted into himself as self-reflection. And I'm like, I don't know if that was self-reflection or if it was you personalizing the experience to the extent where you are bringing up this negative messaging. Your self-esteem is hit. Your ego is hit. I don't know if we call that's not self-reflection, So yeah, he got some things to work through, but I do think that they can go to the distance. Again, they have a lot of chemistry. They seem like at the basis they have a good friendship and they get along well. But it's just that it can't be every single time something negative or a big emotion show up, you shutting down. Like, that's a lot of emotional work for Bella.
Yeah, but like I said, I think they fit. Like that's what I guess I'm trying to say when I say perfectionist standards, is that there is healthy functioning, and then there's sometimes shit fits. Like, that's all I'm saying, is that she doesn't seem, just like I said about that annoying person, that it's like sometimes people, they're like, oh yeah, no, they all right. They cool with me. I ain't got no problem with them. Like, they all right. And you be like, they get on your fucking nerves. She's that type of person, I think, that all this cheerleading stuff, it doesn't bother her. I don't think she's going to turn around in 20 years and be like, I am always picking you up and blah, 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 blah. And now if he doesn't work on it, maybe maybe, but I still think that it's not that heavy of a lift for her. Some things I think are lighter for other people to carry. So that's why I just think that they match a little bit in a way that is actually like what he was saying at the dinner. Like, how could you not pick her? It's like, yeah, because you guys match in a important way. And for her, I think she's the one that's sitting there like, I don't know, but I think I'm there. You get what I'm saying? Like, she's more there, and everybody is trying to talk about what her experience should be like or what it shouldn't feel like. But she the one feeling elated and feeling the more in love. I'm not saying that she feel more in love than him, but everybody recognizes that she is there. You get what I'm saying? So obviously the experience is filling her up in a certain way. It may not be what we choose or what anyone else chooses to operate in, but I think she's choosing. I think she likes it. Yeah. She constantly defends him. So it's like, that's her state of mind. And so I think enough is being highlighted for him that he's moving in the right, that he'll move in the right direction. I don't see a ton of steps from him right now. I will say that, except like he's thinking about things. He's talking about things differently. But I need to like, are you in therapy? Those would be like some actionable type steps thing. But I still feel, I don't know. I think, everything doesn't have to be clinically perfect. I think that some things can be a vibe.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be I don't think it has to be clinically perfect, but when you have the opportunity, I guess, to be with matchmakers and a sex therapist or whatever she calls herself, I just think there could be, I guess, just a little bit more responsibility to naming the thing so that there can be some progress. Because one thing Mecca gonna do is repeat what was just said. So
I don't think I noticed that, but
just watch. Yeah, just watch. What you're saying is, I get it. Because I would, it's like Mecca.
That's funny.
Mecca gonna repeat exactly what he just heard, okay? Yeah. I can't even give you the examples, but go back and watch. And if anybody know what I'm talking about, drop it in the comments.
I mean, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. So the two of them, they had only really one or two sort of interesting scenes by themselves. I feel like most of their interactions and most times we saw them were in group settings, but they they had a little basketball game where she looked like, she was looking like the Love and Basketball Monica Lathan's character. She was looking like her. I was like, whoa, like the ponytail and everything. But they played little basketball, little cute little role play. I don't know what was going on there. And then he came to her singing studio, and that's what we were talking about. He kept her out all night, and she was kind of upset about that. And the other stuff was just more of like the group settings, like the things he would say, or the therapy session. I noticed Courtney had a birthday dinner, and she looked over it. She looked over it. She had them sunglasses on.
Yeah, she
was just like, who?
Peeping tea, baby. Peeping tea.
And so when she sat down, she looked over it or whatever. But I think maybe some of that had to do with the things she had to get off her chest when they actually sat down for a real dinner that wasn't a birthday party. And she said to everyone, like, I just felt like it was a lot. People were coming at him a lot, and that he's not performative. This is who he is. He's like that with me, and he's like that there. And that's why I'm just saying, like, take these people's, they saying they not, this is who they are, this is her experience. I don't know. Like, I think we're being a little hard on them. I mean, I'm not saying you, but just Eric, because I think people are going to be in the comments and they're going to agree with you, because that's what we've been seeing, is that everybody been agreeing. So I don't think that I just think we're being a little bit harder, because somebody was like, too much empathy for him. It's like, why we can't have empathy for him? I
don't mind having empathy for him. I'm just saying,
like, that's what was in the comments one of the time.
Yeah. But even for him, because I think that's what he felt like wasn't being given to him through what everybody was saying. And at the same time, it's like, but you also have to understand that the way that you're viewing things is through like this broken lens, and not maybe taking it to see, okay, this is what people are saying. Let me figure some stuff out, or take what you feel fits and leave what doesn't, If you feel the shoe fits, cool. If it doesn't, cool. Yeah. And so, it's he got some things, of course. But, the other thing I wanted to bring up was when they were coming into the group dinner, the experts were trying to say that they were performative in the way that they dress. I did not like that. I'm like, now, come on. One thing a good-looking black couple gonna do is shut the room down with what they wear. And you didn't say nothing about Tori coming in there with that big-ass fur.
I know. They didn't.
Was that not performative? Like, I'm like, Bella always got a fit on.
Yes.
Becca, he clearly likes to, get dressed in. I'm not gonna say I'm like in favor of his style, but he always got to fit. Like they both always got to fit on. Like they're a good looking couple. Like let them be cute. Like,
and that's what I was saying kind of last episode about how, or whenever the episode we did about them, is that like you can't always take everybody's advice because they may not be reading you right. And it's like, I don't think they're performative. They just got style. You know what I'm saying? That's just say style. Like you said, they walking in there with a little fit. They have style. They're both very trendy. And so it's just a misread because they don't understand their personalities. They don't understand this style. They're looking at it and they're like, are you on the runway? And it's like, that's how they live in their life.
Is the runway, baby, because I know that's gonna be me and my man. You already know, baby. I be getting dressed. Like you gotta get dressed. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. No, I didn't like that, especially because he said it. I don't even know what his name is, but I was just like, as a black man, you should know, brother.
I see him on the socials all the time. Before this, I recognized his face from the socials. Do you? Oh, really? I see him all the time.
Never seen that man. Don't know that man.
Oh, really?
I see him. Man. I don't know him.
Yeah, I see him all the time. I used to see him. He does a lot of relationship content because I think he's like a relationship coach or something like that. Like he's not a therapist per se. He's like a coach, or maybe he's a matchmaker. I don't know. The only other thing that I have on them is that he said he's like yes now. Yes, even though he did say it right after Felipe was saying his shit. Right. And then he was like, I actually agree with what you said. And I was like,
I'm saying he just be repeating shit. Like, I'm like, you not even understanding. No, he's talking about a lack of commitment and he's talking about infidelity. And you over here like, I have those feelings too. Brother,
and I'm a yes now. Listen. Like, it's like, what are we talking about?
We gotta listen. We gotta listen to what is being said. We can't just repeat. We just can't, you know what I'm saying? I need him to actually process in the noggin.
But I also did wonder, like, you know how they can cut and screw the conversation. So I wonder, it's like, what did he say it right after? You know, like, because Felipe could have been saying that, you know, I don't know. He could have been talking about something that wasn't even shown in the episode, and just
it could have not even been Felipe's conversation.
You said what?
I said it could have been after something that Felipe, like it couldn't have like not been right after what Felipe was saying. Like they could have just put it in because we just see him going like this, but it's hella people across from him, you know.
Because it just didn't match. It was like Felipe out here talking about wanting to be out in the streets, and you talking about you are more sure now and than you were before.
Right, so he's less sure.
Huh?
Yeah, and Felipe is less sure.
Yeah, let's get into Felipe and Tori.
Child, this is a sinking shit, baby. I don't even know where to start besides like we could start with the friends.
Let's start with the friends.
The friends, I thought it was interesting because one of the friends, it might have been the black friend or the one that was right next to her, but it was just so much commentary. He was like, oh my God, after she mentioned the whole cheating incident and whatnot. But the fact that they brought up to her, you said you would never date an atheist. Yes. You know, you wanted that to be a value alignment. Like what happened now? And she was just like, that's my religion. It doesn't mean that somebody else has to share it. But I'm a little perplexed. I was perplexed when she said that because again, we're talking about a man who is lacking in faith in so many areas of his own life, you know, like even when they were having the conversation about kids and he couldn't give a straight up answer about that. It's like, where is the vision and the direction in this man? I don't see it. The only thing he's been clear to communicate is that you fine as hell and he want to fuck a lot of bitches. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing there to Felipe. He be having more to say when it comes to the other couples than his own shit. Besides calling out the fact that he is afraid of being monogamous.
Yeah, he's just not mature, and it's unfortunate because that's what teenage boys want to do. They want to go and fuck everything. It's like when you get to a space in your life, like shout out to Cameron who was like, bruh, you're not gonna be young forever. It's like
you not get another Tori. Let's be honest. I love that he said that. He said, baby, this gonna be the baddest bitch you ever touched. Okay?
Right. And it's just like at the end of the day, part of maturity is recognizing that you're not going to be this way forever. And I'm not trying to say make choices right now only based on the future, but it's like that saving for retirement. You're doing things not just for the future self, but what do you want your life to be about? Just squandering everything you have? Like in the case of money, you're going to squander all your money, every dollar that you make? Like give yourself some stability. When you get into a mature mindset, you start to want to make different decisions other than impulse-driven decision. And so that's why I say I think he's mature, and that's just kind of like all there is on that, because it's like, why did you sign up for the show? It's like you were lonely, and that's why you signed up, but you didn't think about whether you were ready.
Feeling.
You said what?
A fleeting feeling.
Yes,
like that is what impulsivity is. Like you move off of fleeting feelings. Like,
and I blame the experts because
they're
shocked. They're shocked, sitting there like,
and they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't be.
Yeah, they literally was in that room just like. Is he what? And it's like, this is who he showed up as. He was late. He was given that he. You should have known this. You should have seen
Definitely
this.
Should have known. Yeah. I was like the expert. I literally wrote down. I said the experts knew this. This man was given immature from day dot. I don't even know why they put him with such a strong queen like Tori. Yeah. Okay. But Tori stood her ground. She said, "Oh." He over there holding her hand on her lap, and she did not move. She said, "Explain yourself. I'm listening." Okay. Yeah. Nothing to do with me, but cute.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I thought it was great that she pointed out, like, she wishes that the behavior lined up with what he said because it would be less confusing. Because that is where, especially for us as women, right? Mm-hmm. It's like the behavior and the words don't always align. And so that's where we be getting all these mixed signals and we're trying to decipher shit and figure shit out. Mm-hmm. And it's like, which one is it? Which one do you believe? Do you believe the behavior? Do you believe the words? He's saying he gonna do this. He don't end up doing it. Or he do this and then, you know what I'm saying? So I was glad that she pointed that out, that like there is an inconsistency here, and that is the part that is confusing. But nonetheless, I don't want to deal with this shit. This is his shit to deal with, and I'm not going to carry it.
Yeah. I mean, I personally don't feel like his behavior is super inconsistent. Everybody's able to see that he's the one to be mindful of because it's because of what he's saying, you know? And then it's also the behavior is a little like impulsive, or like he's like in the moment of life always. Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing, but you know, balance, you know?
Well, we don't see, he's not that way with Tori all the time. Clearly, otherwise she wouldn't be so confused. I don't think he's like that 24. He had already said that he was afraid to play the game in front of her because he doesn't want her to get the ick by him playing the game. So he's showing up a certain way behind closed doors that is not in aligning with these conversations. And I think these conversations are happening in the group setting because he's energized. He's like, oh my God, yes, we're out, we're vibing, and we're doing the things, and we're talking, and we're unleashing. And so he's just letting it all hang out instead of having these conversations privately with his wife.
Well, I guess I just think like I don't know what he's doing behind closed doors, but I know what we've seen is enough to make us be like, And even going back to that friends conversation, the friends were like, you know, the black friend especially, like she was just making like faces. I was just like, okay, girl, if I was in the room, I'd be like, yes, no, we're here. But she,
I don't remember a black friend being
there. Yeah, no, the black friend had all the stuff to say. She was
like, the girl across from, was that the girl?
Yeah, she was sitting across from her. She had a little fro, like, you know.
Oh, okay.
A TWA, not too small, but it was like she had a little teeny fro.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
With a part in the middle, yeah. And she to their concerns about the cheating specifically, right? She was like, I start off with 100% trust and until like you give me a reason not to. And I'm like, I don't like that, because I'm like, why are we giving people trust they haven't earned? You know what I'm saying? If you start off with 100, what are they earning? You know what I'm saying? Like 200%. What are they earning if they're doing things that reassure you? And so I feel like what you know about him already should not have you at 100%. It should have you a little like, okay, I gotta keep my eye on this one. Like what Trinity say, This one gotta be watched, okay?
Yeah.
And that for damn sure. So I feel like to say behaviors don't align, there's something there. Tori, there's something there, but I'm not gonna put it on her because it is him, but it is unfolding and unfolding and unfolding and unfolding more and more and more the further he goes in this process, and it's actually quite ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not mad at the way Tori's going about it. I think that whole idea of like basically you're innocent until proven guilty is probably her trying not to bring her past baggage, like this idea of her being cheated on, into the current relationship. I think that's more so protecting that,
but then you can
full blown.
Oh, sorry.
Versus a full blown like, yes, I trust you implicitly. And I think what she's doing is she's trying to be like observant enough and gather enough information to make a decision instead of just like jumping out there, because this is a quick thing. You are getting to know the person, but I don't think she gonna say yes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she gonna say yes. And
they're the ones who said they were gonna say yes last time.
Yeah, they did at first, but I think now she's probably like I
don't think he's gonna say yes either. I think they're both gonna say no, which is very unfortunate, because I think that this is one of those true, if you just would mature and you just would grow up, this situation probably could work for y'all. Because I'm surprised that she likes you, but she does, and you clearly like her. And it's your lack of maturity, you know?
Yeah.
Because you want to sleep with multiple women. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. And he far from it, baby. Because if you're still... Now, I do remember him saying, I think it might have been during his preseason interviews. Not preseason, because they came out before the season. But like in the selection process, I think I remember him saying he kind of had a glow up phase. And then after that, women were attracted to him. And so I do wonder if this is him still like operating in that version of himself. And he's like new to being, I guess, attracted to people. I don't know. And so he's like, yeah, I like being able to have access and fun and use my money to get all of these women versus being able to, like, I don't know, he could just be stunted in that way.
Yeah, because it's like you gotta have trade-offs. It's trade-offs. You may think it's fun to be a billionaire, but they probably, some of them waking up 5 a.m. doing this and that, and then running companies. And I don't think he's realizing that you could stay single and fuck all the women and experience the loneliness as it may come, like it was before. You could get married. You could have the companionship and sex, but not the new, novel, different sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just trade-offs. And there's nothing going to be 100% perfect, not being single and not being in a relationship. So just decide.
Yeah, and being lonely is a terrible reason to go on any type of dating show or to date in general. It's just not a good reason to make someone else be responsible to feel some type of hole that you have in your life, you know?
Yeah.
And then he even asked her, like, well, are you questioning if I could be monogamous?
Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah. Like, you questioning it, dude. I know. Like, what the hell? It's not the question I brought up. It's the question you brought up. So, duh. I'm questioning it.
Facts.
I was like, what is this dude? I don't know, child. Anything else on them, or should we go ahead and get into Nick and Courtney?
We can go on into Nick and Courtney.
All right. Well, run us down what happened with Nick and Courtney.
So, we started off with Courtney's birthday party. There was a lot going on in there, so we're gonna get into that because she didn't want to sit next to the man. She was about to sit next to Caitlyn. Then she got into it with Devin a little bit. So there was all that, and then that caused some drama into Devin and Caitlyn's situation. So we'll talk about that later too. But essentially, that was the biggest drama that they had. Then they did couples therapy and they talked a little bit. They also did a little sexy moment. She had some bonbon pops or whatever she had and the candles, and they did a little question game. Then they did pickleball with Adam and Marissa. And then they also, of course, were in all the group settings and all the group meetups and dinners. But they had a lot of single moments for us to unpack. So anything I missed?
No, I think that is it. I feel like I keep saying it, but this couple, I'm over them. They need to just call it a quits. Was that in the preview that somebody asked them that, or did they ask them that in this episode, or was that to Caitlyn and Devin?
I don't know, but in the preview, somebody said they didn't want to continue, and I would hope it's either them or Nikki and Sean, or Caitlyn and Devin.
Caitlyn and Devin, yeah, Caitlyn and all these couples. But yeah, I would be interested to know what her opinion is on how she showed up in this experience now that the episodes are out and she can watch herself, because she doesn't seem connected to herself whatsoever to even like understand what it is that she's experiencing. She's just like, everything, get away from me, don't touch me, like don't look at me, don't. It's like it's I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just like, girl, what do you mean a text message is cringy, corny to you? What do you mean putting on lingerie because you're going to end up naked anyways? It's corny. It's like, girl, be sexy for your man. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, you don't want to get sexy for your man. You don't ever just feel like, oh, ooh, baby, it's dripping and I want to be cute. And, you know, like, I cannot. But I'm just like, girl, what? You don't ever want to set the mood. You don't ever want to just be loving and nice. I don't think this is because she is not attracted to Nick. I think if it was anybody in this situation, she was going to show up this way, because this is how she conceptualizes love and showing up in a relationship. And it's like, as soon as she tries to make a stride, she's like, well, I don't want this. I don't want this. And then you're like, well, everybody's coming at me, but what is Nick doing? I'm like, you keep talking about what you don't need. You keep saying you don't need any of this. Actually, like, so what is Nick supposed to actually do when you are literally a brick wall, not communicating how you like to be loved? You just keep saying, I can't do it. Like, I don't understand it.
She like overthinks to the max, and that's what's happening on everything. I love, and that's what I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, oh yes, it's nice to have a psychologist to do the podcast with, because when you said she's disconnected from her body, I was like, that's the words right there, because I don't understand how she's always like narrating what's cringy about every moment. It's like she's seeing, like when you say disconnected from her body, it's like I can see that. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but that was like the perfect way.
She's like not there.
So yeah, like, that was like, it's
like she's narrating and watching it happen to her, but she's not experiencing it herself. But I don't think she notices that she's doing it at all, because it's like.
Yeah, let's get into the birthday party a little bit. So, you know, it was her birthday, and when she walked into the room, and I think she and Michelle, and was it Caitlyn too? But it was like definitely Michelle, and she was like, you guys sit with me. And then I think one of them said, where's Nick's gonna sit? And she was just like, no, you guys can sit with me, he'll sit somewhere else or whatever. And Nick's already talking about, he's picking up this vibe that she seems to like being by herself more than, or being with the other people more than being with him, and she enjoys herself and seems happier with them. And it's interesting because even as he comes over there and realizing like, okay, oh, there's no seat for me, and then she's like, oh, okay, Michelle, you can go. And so he sits, you know, but that whole thing was a little like odd off. Both Marissa and Bella over there like,
yes. I'm like, girl, you said, oh, Nick won't have an issue, he'll understand. Then when Nick brought up, okay, this might be an issue, you said, well, she immediately came to defend herself. Well, I told her to move, but it's like, you actually said, though, you did not want to sit next to him. You said he would understand. And it's like, she's not taking responsibility for how she's coming up. It's just like, as soon as she is told about herself, it's woe is me, the world is all wrong. And then you have this encounter with Devin, where Devin is trying to impart, I guess, some knowledge. I did feel like he was crossing a boundary and doing way too much. Like, it's not your place to be thinking you coach big dog. Like, it's
because what did he say to her? He was basically saying, like, trying to basically be Nick's voice and say, like, like, you're not giving him enough. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like,
he definitely, as we see later on in the night, he was on him. Okay. He was on him.
Yeah, definitely drunk. Yes. We'll blame it on the liquor for sure on that one. But still not your place. But then you also want Nick to come and defend you in this conversation. Well, you didn't even want that man to sit next to you.
Yeah.
You did not want that man to sit next to you, but you want him to come and defend you against Devin?
Yeah.
I'd be like, girl, throw you to the wolves. I'm not even lying. I'm like, you don't even want me to be in a relationship with you. You don't want my care. You don't want my love.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't want it.
Yeah. And also, it's kind of weird, like, what's going on for Nick? Because it's like either you're just trying to pretend for reality TV. That storyline tracks. You get what I'm saying? You're just trying to bide your time, and then you'll probably either say no on decision day, or you'll say yes thinking she'll say no. Or the other storyline that also makes sense to me that I wonder about is that, do you love yourself, Nick? Because, like, what kind of love do you think you're deserving of? We talk about Mecca and him not being able to receive love. It's like, are you holding space for yourself to receive love that's worthy of you? Because this ain't it. If you clearly know what you're deserving of, it's like, that's not it. And you're just sitting there just blank as a slate, just like, oh. And there's no problem until something as jarring as, like, oh, she doesn't want to sit next to you happens. Or, oh, she's like, you're not confident. Or, oh, she says Adam's the hottest guy here in front of you. And it's like, those are the moments that bring you back to reality, as opposed to just the everyday nothingness that she's giving you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. I do think possibly it could be a self-worth thing, because even if it was for reality TV, I felt like a great reality TV arc would be, I'm actually cool on this. I'm not about to keep working on this, and I'm gonna go ahead and exit out. So I felt like if it was all for the cameras, he knows there's an angle to take. But again, he's also not a reality TV personality. Like, he on reality TV, but he's missing the personality piece. Also, he said pretty much like, he's a nice guy who tries to be respectful, but maybe he also too struggles with, like you said, knowing what he deserves and what it means to be loved. Clearly, he hasn't had too many successful relationships. So, everybody, love is it could all be so simple, as my girl would say. But
you rather
make it hard. And love is difficult. It is difficult out here to find somebody and to go through the process of dating. And because it takes so much vulnerability, it has so much power to break you down and misconstrue your self-concept. So I don't know what Nick got going on in there. We don't know Nick. Like we discussed in the last batch of episodes, we don't know Nick, so we don't know what's going on over there. But he do know that he's dealing with a brick wall, and hopefully he knows enough to say no. Or maybe he's just like, I'm just gonna wait out the contract, get as much money as possible.
Yeah,
for being on the TV so many days. I don't know.
I'm not sure. They have couples therapy, and in the couples therapy, she kind of discusses how she wants him to open up. She opened up in the earlier, I guess, therapy or group therapy session. Like, that's not her
opening up. I need her to stop saying she's opening up. I'm like, what you're doing is processing feelings in real time. Like, you're not. She's not opening up. She's just rambling and scrambling because she gets put on the spot, and so she's trying to justify how she is showing up in these experiences with Nick. And she can't be honest with herself because she doesn't know what the fuck to be honest about. Like, the girl, I said this in the last thing, if anything, this is some hopefully a corrective experience for her in terms of
how she sees herself,
how she sees herself, but also just how to process things. And hopefully now that the episodes are out, she's doing something.
Yeah. The last two things that we talked about earlier were the pajama. She was wearing pajamas. It's supposed to be lingerie, I guess, but she was wearing straight up pajamas. But they had the little question game. Some stuff came out of that. But the real juice was more like the Adam and Marissa pickleball game. She said she wanted to raise kids in Portland during that conversation. She called Adam a vibe or whatever. And she's like, but it felt like she was trying to deflect what she thought about him. Because she was like, I don't know what it's like to be like that all the time. That might be annoying. And it's like, ain't nobody ask you that, girl. But you've been thinking about it? You've been thinking about what it'd be like to be with Adam?
I don't even think. Yeah, she don't even like nothing. When you have so much angst and you're on edge all the time, nothing is right because you are constantly searching for information, constantly searching for an answer. She's one of those people who does not understand that, like, you can make a decision. You have enough information to make a decision, even if you don't have all the answers. She wants all the answers before she makes a decision. She's like, I got to compare myself to this couple. I got to compare myself to this couple and this couple and this couple because, like, am I supposed to be showing up like that? Is my man supposed to be showing up like that? Am I supposed to respond that way to that? Like, everything is a math equation in her head. So I don't even think when she expresses this attraction to an Adam or a Felipe, it's a real actual attraction. I think it is a curiosity driven by worry and, like, doom and gloom. Everything that I have going on is going to fail, and so I need to know how I'm supposed to go about this.
Yeah, no, she's interesting, and I think you're right. Like, she's gonna be overthinking for life. I don't know. But yeah, let's move into Devin and Caitlin, since they had the little mix up with them. Devin, like you said, was doing too much. But then when they got home, they started arguing about that shit, and he was drunk. That's what she was like, your eyes crisscrossing. Caitlin was hot. And Caitlin said, oh my God, I think I wrote it down. Let me see. She said, you want me to feel comfortable and trust you as the leader of my life? Never gonna happen. Girl was done with him while he was in there.
That was the realest she was with his ass.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was like, all right, not Devin. Now, you got to hold your shit together. That's a little bit. It's like, that is a little bit much. It would turn me off to see a man drunk. I've never been with a man and seen him drunk. Like, just period.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. It would destabilize me. I feel like that's a young guy thing. Like, to be drunk. It's like, grown men shouldn't be getting drunk. Like, how you going to defend yourself? How you going to defend us? How you going to be caught unawares? Okay.
Yes. Like, boy, what's happening here? But yeah, no, it's very irresponsible. I think even through an experience like this, because you don't know how your partner is going to react to it. One, but two, like, it's supposed to be all about y'all. And so if y'all ain't getting tipsy together, it don't need to be happening. Like, we need to be matching vibes. If we're not matching vibes, no. Like, I would hate to be my man's DD. Never.
Yeah.
And I was in a relationship with a man 8 years who didn't drink. So I always had a DD. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to be a man's DD. Bare men.
Yeah, no, facts.
Bare men. I don't ever want to see my man so sloppy drunk that you, like you said, can't protect, can't provide, can't step up to the plate. A man cat call, do something like what? No. And not only low-key being aggressive towards me.
Yes, because it was a little weird. Like, it was a little weird. It would personally probably scare me, you know? And it's just like, also when you get drunk, how do you know, like, if you're going to get yourself into some shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're just not in control of yourself. That's the bottom line. It's like, why would you unleash yourself, all of your strength, all of whatever your insecurities, your temperament, because we all have insecurities. We all have some level of temperament. Even if it's like, you're passive. You're not a angry person. You're a passive person. You want to unleash your passiveness to possibly get taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Being yes to the world. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is you should be in control of yourself as a man. Period.
And it didn't help that she said that she, it was a trigger for her because she's been in past relationships where there was substance abuse. So it's you picked the wrong one, Devin. The wrong one. This girl already don't like you. So I think that was like.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it. In this episode, aside from that situation with the birthday dinner, he made her a little Harry Potter night. They had some cutesy date night stuff. He well, both of them actually hung out with his friends. The Harry Potter was cute. She seemed super excited about that. And she also seemed like throughout this episode, she was leaning more into the things he was doing. But it seems like for him, ever since that expert session, like, he been like, you are making me change. You are. Like, he's been building up this resentment.
But also, too, he did say that she's a certain way with the cameras. So, because I'm like, you was lovey-dovey during and oh my God, I love this, during the Harry Potter night. But then we also find out when they were with his friends that you put in pillows in between them, you leave it in the morning and not saying anything.
Yeah.
So when he said that she's a certain way with the cameras, I believed him.
No, I believe it as well.
I believed it. And it's like, you know, in that last conversation they had, you know, she felt like she was getting picked on or whatever. But it's like, girl, you want credit for what? Like, you don't even want to hug me. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, probably we can have a good time doing something that we share and like with each other. We share an interest with each other. So yeah, the little EDM or whatever thing that they mentioned was fun. It likely wasn't fun because we was there together. You probably would have just have, you know what I'm saying, the way she shows up, like you probably would have had fun regardless. And probably would have had fun by your damn self the way you be acting.
Facts. Yeah, they need to just cut it.
Yeah. And his friends go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say his friends seem to, or at least the one he talked to, she was just like, what? No. Like, no. She was not a fan of it. It didn't seem.
Not a fan. And he said to her he would if things change or if things. No, this is it, baby. You're not seeing a different side of Caitlyn. And you have to remember, this to her is a lot of effort. An effort that is draining the fuck out of her. Like, he gotta go. And she gotta go too. She need to go find her a little nonchalant man. That's what she want.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I like Devin, but I also can see that he's got things he needs to grow on. And with her, it just feels like the same question we asked Felipe, but in reverse. You know, why did you come on this show? Because it just really doesn't feel like this is your vibe, you know?
Yeah. From just the fact that you have to be with somebody 24/7 for like 6 weeks. Like you want space, but you are immediately signing up for an experience where you literally move in with somebody. This ain't this not your thing. Like whatsoever.
I agree. She need to go like pen pal at first sight. Like she need to do something, a slow process that gets her to get to know someone and get more comfortable. But anything else on them, or should we move into Adam and Marissa?
Let's move into Adam and Marissa. They went vintage clothes shopping. They also did the pickleball with Nick and Courtney, and then of course they were involved in all of the group sessions and had their own session with the sex therapist. And they also had the couch conversation where they were asking each other questions that was supposed to be serious. So they had a little bit more than what we usually see from them, I think, in terms of like their own little solo time. It brought up a lot of issues. Marissa, she's still not speaking up enough for me, okay? Because she said at the little vintage clothing shopping thing, she said she's starting to get the ick.
Yes, because he's trying on all of these like fantabulous looking outfits, and he even wore one of the kimonos to one of the group dinners. She was like, "What is that?" Yes. And I mean, she didn't even say it like that. She said it like, "Oh, what's that?" But she's not liking all of his outfits. I think she thought it was like a moment, and he's like, "Oh, we're having fun," but it's like, "Oh no, he does this all the time. This is who he is." But the vintage clothing store. And he be making too many jokes a little bit to me. His jokes a little bit like, pipe down, buddy, because he's always talking about, what he said, a bra, push-up bra or some type of lifting bra. I'm like, first of all, she got itty bitties. So we know he's joking. But it's just like, come on. Like, I know the way he joke it would piss me off. I'd be like, first of all, no, I'm not gonna be the butt of these jokes. Okay?
Yeah. I have questions about Adam. Like, I really do. Because he is so into his interest. Yeah. Almost repetitively. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you can just drill into something 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day. You want to constantly be on the jet. Like, he has a very rigid routine.
And I say this, girl.
Yes, you did say this. And I ain't trying to diagnose nobody with nothing. I'm just saying his behaviors to me, they just make me question some things about him. And especially in these batch of episodes, because I was just like, this is like very, very rigid. Like, you don't even want nobody to come in and mess up, not even mess up, add to your home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are stuck. We're stuck. And I was even wondering back to the last group conversation they had with the experts when everybody was there. And after Marissa shared what she shared, he said, good talk. And I was just sitting there like, well, does he have empathy? Like, does he have capacity for empathy and to like really feel what somebody else is feeling? And is that the reason why maybe there is difficulty with connection, like with an actual emotional connection? Because even in these conversations, it was very difficult for the both of them to have a serious conversation. So that's just kind of like my overall thoughts, but we can get into everything they had going on.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, because there is something now that you bring that up. Like, it's like I said in the beginning that this man is just gives like he wants to set the agenda, and that has unfolded because people keep talking about now, like, we know what he like to do, we don't know nothing about what she like to do. And it takes me back to even the first episode when I was like, I used the word compliant to talk about her, even her like conversations around the ex. I was like, you was in an abusive relationship, girl. Like, not scolded or I would get in trouble. That language is it, like, that was an abusive relationship. And so
straight up.
I'm surprised that no one has just named that for her, because I'm sure she considers it that, I would assume. But she has never said it. As she's been talking about these things, she's never said, I was in an abusive relationship. She says, I was scolded. If I didn't do this, show up perfect. I can't remember what else she said, but something to the effect of yelled at or it wasn't good,
Yeah.
And when the therapist was saying that he, as rigid as he is, he's like ripe for the type of thing to trigger that in her, the anxiety, because he is stuck in his ways. And he is like, it is like, if you don't have a strong sense of like, oh, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
If you don't have that in you, like, that can be intimidating, because you just want to go along because this is what he's getting. So it takes me back to the beginning when I called her compliant, because it was something about how she showed up that just gave like, I'm just going with your flow. And I recognize it's your flow, but I'm going along with it. And they may say yes, but I doubt it. But I think they need to resolve this, because it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem. It's going to be a real problem.
Yeah. After this, we'll see, because I think in her being able to name the issues with the therapist, and then the therapist then saying, oh, Adam is perfect then for your triggers, I think that probably was a little jarring to him, because then after that he was like, well, I want you to, feel like you do have space here, and I want he also said, like, everybody deserves to be loved for, who they are, which is a soft spot for him, in his past relationship. So I do think there's going to be hopefully some flexibility if there is, the capacity for it from him. And if he can like recognize, okay, like, this is like the boundary right here. Like, I can't go past this boundary. Now I need to enter in the area of compromise, because I'm not going to get 100% of what I want and say that I have a happy wife. But you'll be surprised how many people cannot name that they were in an abusive relationship and don't know that they were in an abusive relationship. And I could imagine, because of her childhood, she might also feel like, if it doesn't look like what my parents displayed and their chaos, then I have nothing to complain about, right? Like, even though I can understand there's some impact on me, on top of just like language and defining different types of abuse, emotional, abuse is like the hardest to identify because you don't kind of notice it until you're out of it and can start processing through things. And even then you have to be able to name what those things were, and it either is identified for you or you just start learning to identify it for yourself. So they have a lot there, but I do think because they have like a solid base of like things are fun, that maybe they could get there. Now, again, Marissa, she got more to say in the confessionals. She brought up the ick with certain things. And so it really is, I think, on Adam to meet Marissa where she's at, because she's met him where he is plenty of times, but for this to actually work.
Yeah, I still have less faith in him, because I think what he loves so much about this relationship is all the things that she's willing to do that are like him. And he wants to be in a relationship with himself. I think he's a little selfish, self-centered, something. I don't know. And so I feel like the more they start to incorporate what she wants to do, I don't actually think he's going to find the relationship as fulfilling as he does now. And so I think once that fulfillment meter goes down, he seems to be like someone who will call it, he'll call it. He'll just say, no, this isn't really going in the direction that we both thought it was. And let's just go our separate ways. I think that he would very much do that. And I could see her being very hurt by that because of the fact that she walked in his direction so much that it's just like, you can't even walk in my direction, come to my side of things. And I think that that's where resentment and regret and things like that build up, because she wasn't vocalizing. Because maybe if she had, then they wouldn't have gotten where they are, and you wouldn't be as heartbroken, because you wouldn't have put in so much. But you probably still would be heartbroken, because you'd be like,
maybe not. She says she getting the ick, so she might be all right, because I can't keep up with this. You know what I'm saying?
She might be, because she definitely is saying stuff under her breath. But let me see, baby. Like, I know that when they were having the couch conversation, did anything good come out of that?
Then. Huh? They couldn't even be serious then. Their goal was to be serious in that conversation, and they both was laughing through the entire thing, and then went to truth or dare. So
no, facts. But I also will say this: it's hard to get deep with the cameras there, because she asked him something about, like, what is your biggest insecurity? If I was him, I'm not selling my biggest insecurity into the world. I'm gonna say it maybe off camera, but not to the world. And so you're not getting that you're just not. So how real can they be in terms of getting to know each other when the cameras are there? But again, like I said, the bigger issue, I think, is this, like, he even said it at that dinner. That's what I want. I can't see myself not having that, pickleball all the time, whatever. And then he was just like, I could tell, even when they were playing the pickleball, she was just like, and he was just like, all right, I'll take your balls. Your balls. He's like,
he's so in it.
Yeah, coming in on that jet ski, it looked fun to me, but also, he just,
well, I don't want to be on that all day, just bouncing and bopping around. Like, this is our primary means of transportation. And I love that she pointed out, we ain't even been on a dinner date. Like, ain't no romance happening, okay? And the one moment you was romantic, you brought out that cat.
Right. And she likes simple stuff. That's the thing. And I think that maybe something about him can be intimidating. I do feel like she may be afraid to interject her stuff in there sometimes, because it's like, I just want to go to the bar. Or I just want to go to the movies, or I just want to do some little pastime that's kind of like mindless. And I get it. It can be like intimidating if you look at somebody and they like, oh my God, they can concert, what they call it, concerto? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it, because I am the person who probably does like a lot to not most, but a lot of men that I've encountered. And so I've literally been told up front, like, I might be a little boring for you. So
I've been told that too. Yeah. And like, I'm very simple, but it's like, I don't really, it doesn't bother me so much. It
bothers me, baby. I need you to like to laugh. I need you to like to do stuff. I need you to like.
No, but like I've had someone who did 12 years of capoeira tell me that I'm simple, and I'm like, They are simple, but I'm like, that's an art form. You're dedicated to that. You do that all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like they are simple, but they have their thing, and then they go all in on that, and whatever. But anywho, anything else on them?
No, let's go ahead and move into Michelle and Cameron. Are for sure yeses.
Yes, top couple. I put them at the top. They are the top. They're above Becca and them now. They are the top couple.
Oh, I was about to say, when were they below anyone?
They were below people. You yourself rated Adam and Marissa. The week 2, you rated them as the highest.
That was the first week. I rated them.
No, I think it was the second week because the first. But I don't remember. Okay. Maybe it was the first week. But
either way, I know they've always been above Mecca and Belgian Lee for me. But
no, they weren't. Maybe they were. I don't know. Maybe I.
But they are great. When that man said, "My life trajectory is better since you walked in," she walked in, and I said, "Baby, God, I see what you do for others, and I am calling. Okay, give me a man that want to be around me, that likes me. He likes her. Yeah. There is no question about it. That man said I was supposed to be there in the morning, but I got my ass in this car tonight so we can have an extra night. That man likes his wife, and I love it. I am happy for them. I hope they go the distance. I'm just no notes. Like I said, God, if you're going to give me the one that ain't never been in a relationship, wrap it up like this, okay? Straight up. Wrap it up like this. I know that's right. Michelle got her a good one. And he got him a good one, you know? Like they good. They fit. They so calm together. Yeah. They seem like two people who have done work on themselves, don't mind continuing working on themselves, don't mind being vulnerable, having what they call them the what was it? What do they call them? HCs, SCs, something like that.
Oh, SCs, the serious conversations.
Serious conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like even making that like a little joke. I don't know. I love them. I like them.
Yeah, and it's not only he likes her, but he's also attracted to her. I think that's very important for men. I think it's important for women too, but I think women sometimes can see the spirit of a man like Nikki trying to do with this whole thing, and sometimes the looks can get a little pass, but the men don't never give a pass on the looks. And so the fact that he says he's attracted to her, the fact that he, like you said, he is showing up, he likes her, is wonderful news. They were visiting each other's apartments. I thought that both of their apartments was pretty cute. And she's an artist. Like she has
a good one too.
Yes, she's very talented. So it's cute. And he was getting emotional. I was like, oh, this is good. I like.
He loves her. He loves her. He needs to go ahead and just allow himself to say it. And honestly, sometimes, say it, but it's like, you ain't gotta say it. Like, I know they feel it. You know what I'm saying? They feel it between each other, regardless of what is said, because of how they're showing up for each other and the types of conversations that they are having. But I love that they both, because it seemed like in the beginning, like where they were gonna live was something they were kind of both settled in. Like, I want to live here. Yeah. She wanted to live where she's at. He wanted to live where he's at for coaching and whatnot. But they're both now like finding the good things in each other's hometowns and like where they're at, and I can see this and I can see that. So it's great. And I love that he's just like, coaching is the goal, it is the career, but I want to share it with somebody. And so if I need to move so that I could do both, I'm open to that. Like
yeah, I was worried about
Big Mama got us. Okay, Big Mama got us. I my girl making bank. Big Mama got us.
Right? No, I was wondering what you were saying. She's Big Mama. Okay, Big Mama, no kids. All right. But no notes for them. I think they're gonna be a yes. They're my only for sure yes right now. Yeah. And also, I think they're gonna actually have a nice marriage and a beautiful marriage. Now, I do wonder about arguing, because whoever brought it up during the dinner, I think it was maybe Felipe, that a lot of them have not argued, and that's a thing. Yeah. That is an important thing. It's the friend, Tam. I was like, Tam is showing up at the house. Like, Tam is like, this is where I am. He makes the popcorn. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you about to be in this relationship too, Tam? He's like, might have a long time letting go. He might have a difficult time letting that go. But when he was in there, he mentioned that she's fiery and she's feisty when she's upset. And so I was like, I can't see it except like unless it's a snap. You know, it's like because she does seem like she's clear. So I could see her getting clear on your ass in an argument and just, you know, cutting the nice girl shit out.
I can see it.
Yeah. But it's interesting.
She said she texts a man 27 times when he goes to her. So I can see it. The snapped energy is in there. You know what I'm saying? And she is clear, but she also, like Cameron said, is something that he likes about her. She's not agreeable. She's going to let you know when she does like something and when she doesn't. And so it might come with a little bit of extra sauce. I think she has a good way of delivering things. And I feel like that is part of why they have not gotten into arguments, because they're both to me, they're both clear communicators that don't mind just sitting down and talking something through. You know, like even when it came to the income thing, he expressed how he felt. She didn't get defensive and he didn't get defensive. He was just like, this is, you know, how I feel, and was able to come to his senses about it. And she was able to reassure him. So, because for another couple, that could have been an argument. Yeah. So it's really just how you approach communication and how you choose to communicate with each other. So it's not even necessarily like always about an argument. It's more so, can you disagree and like repair and reconcile and come back? It don't always have to be like this rah-rah thing like Sean and Nikki or Caitlin and Devin, you know, to say, oh, we've had hard times, because they're having difficult conversations.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, I think that's everything for today.
Yeah, that's it, y'all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Share this with a friend. If you're on Spotify or Apple, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, all the good things, and we will catch you for next week's episodes. Bye.
Bye.